back-to-back, and they meet Dallas for the second. Rotation guys, Dwight Powell.
Talks about how he trains the
Post game, and this is what it looks like back-to-back. The normal starters here for the Milwaukee Bucks are going to give it a go with a 35-25 overall record. So Irvin's your crew chief, Trey Maddox and John Butler are your officials here tonight. Giannis 22 points away.
Personnel is limited, and you're thinking, well, the scouting report said let him shoot that, so it could be a long night, but maybe a lot because of Giannis, but like you said, could be because of personnel stuff for Dallas as well.
There's Clay Thompson. Sort of attempts here for both of these teams here. It's Giannis driving, goes right at Powell. Perception of Giannis's game in the
who Giannis was, expertise that Jay had, I think you'd have to say it worked out pretty good.
Well, he hit his only shot from the field. He's hit his both free throws here, and Giannis with the first 4 points here for the Bucks. 18 away from that 20,000 career point Thompson matchup.
Against a team when you say, oh, they only got 8 guys dressed, you go, all right, well, what 8 guys? Because you got a Clay Thompson out there, you got a Max Christie who is a solid role player, Najee Marshall, TP, but this is a bunch of guys that can play on Dallas.
Have yet to miss a shot. They're perfect 3 for 3 to open up. Giannis again against Powell. He likes that matchup. Another mid-range.
Pull that defender out like that, and they start getting closer and closer. We saw how he got his second bucket of the night by just flying by and getting to the rim and getting fouled. And that's what Giannis wants. He's using that as a little bit of bait. Pull that guy out there.
I wonder if he gets a little extra joy hitting mid-ranges against a coach team.
That's right.
Giannis wasn't looking. TP was trying to give it to him. Dinwiddie picks up the...
So we try to give it up to Giannis.
Giannis looks it off. Here's Kuz's first opportunity. Driving baseline, too strong off the glove.
That's what he saw.
Dame with his one eye put up 23 points.
In the face. this was last night, so I imagine that part of it is worn off. He was darn good once he got back out there, but some of those shots, I mean, just a degree of difficulty.
Thompson looks it off to Marshall, tries to cross over Giannis. Max Christie gives it right back to Marshall, not there. Clay Thompson tips it to himself, and then he'll take the shot. Thompson's first miss. Najee Marshall with the 3-point attempt. The Mavs dressing 8 players here tonight.
Talk a lot about Clay and his 3-point shooting ability, and I think sometimes Dame, because of the all-around player that he is, point guard, scorer, I don't give much credit for the 3-point shooters of all time, and he's actually made more threes than Clay Thompson, believe it or not.
Position.
You gotta love it. Starting out the game, getting it going. Sometimes it matters. That first shot. You know, there's a lot of talk about that. If I make my first shot, I'm gonna get 30. If I don't, you want to shoot it again, and then nobody can tell you that it's not a good shot.
And this is a perfect 3 for 3. Dame driving, loses it.
That look off, because he's got a great shooter's touch.
You mentioned it, Steve, too. The best 3-point shooters on this floor.
And I think you're seeing a Dallas team right now that's very centered. I think that does that when there's only 8 guys turnover for Giannis right there. But these guys know they're going to play big minutes. Might as well come out ready to go. Since the injury report came out, Kyrie got hurt. Other guys are saying 25 minutes minimum with only 8 guys dressed. Sometimes that gets guys pretty focused and allows them to be who they are.
Ball tipped away. The first turnover here for Dallas. Giannis going around.
Attack so far.
He's a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. He's got 10 points. At the 2 free, hasn't missed anywhere.
How vocal he is to his teammates, how he picks his teammates up. You know, he's a great guy to be around. Definitely up to him yesterday. I wish him fast recovery. He's going to come back and do what he does. You know, keep on dominating the league and helping his team be great. And I wish him and his family nothing but the best.
It's been a tough stretch for Jason Kidd before the game. Is there anything that you're telling your guys, just from a human perspective, about battling this adversity? And he said, it's not any message I haven't told them before. It's that next man up mentality. No one's going to feel sorry for you. We just got to get out there and play the game.
Yeah, it's been something. When you think about, Steve Novak, just where this Mavs team was, not only getting to the NBA Finals, but, they were winning basketball games going into that Christmas. Ironically, Luka never played another game with the Mavs after that injury.
I mean, the top shocking. I mean, when it rains, it pours, and obviously that Luka trade, it makes it all just that much worse, I think, because it makes everything seem like this. AD hasn't played, Luka's gone. The Lakers, on the other side of it, is they've surged up to number 2 in the West, and so it's just kind of like a double whammy, too, along with the injuries. No AD, no Kyrie, no Luka. So it is kind of shocking, and like you said, it's happened quickly.
There's been 5 NBA to playoffs after making the NBA Finals the year before. The latest was the 2018-2019 Golden State Warriors team.
Yeah, we just played Dallas a few days ago. It's over at one of the former Milwaukee Bucks assistant coach's house, who's now healthy. Obviously, the trade, there's a lot of talk about that, but based on our personnel, like you said, how we've been playing and who we are, we think we can win a championship this year. And that was a couple days ago. And now you look at 8 guys on the bench, and I'm sure all the things that have happened, and you just wonder if they can even make Kyrie out, surging a little bit and trying to make a push as well. Now that they're, we'll obviously see. But this group so far is playing well against Milwaukee in this first quarter.
Giannis is up to 12 points here, too, by the way, in a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line. There's another rebound. Remember, he's coming off that triple-double last night. His 6th of the season. Got it against Atlanta.
I just love how he went about it, too. Just let the game come to him.
He can put up those numbers in like 3 minutes of time, it seems like.
Yeah.
To the post game last night, one of them was, I hadn't been on a winning team or part of a winning franchise, so I'm learning a ton in my first few games here as a Buck. Off balance for time. Jericho Sims coming down with the rebound, gives it back to Porter Jr. Trying to hunt down that shot. No Giannis in this rotation.
Well, how made it off as well. And I really think his decision-making has been just as impressive as the shot-making that he's had. Because, look, the knock on him was, look, he takes some bad shots. He maybe doesn't make great decisions. The Bucks have not seen that so far. He's really, like you said, I think, found his home and his fit. He's making great plays.
Thompson's here tonight. About half of the Mavs tally coming from Thompson.
Watch him knock those down. It really is art. I mean, it's a fadeaway. It's stepping back to the right earlier. It's stepping back to the left on that one. Yeah, Clay trying to match it.
Kuz nearly tipped that in. Clay's got the last 8 points, by the way, for Dallas. Back to Dame. Why not? Why not?
Need much room. Just a little airspace to get a few to go.
Nine-point advantage, largest lead here for the Bucks so far. For Brandon Williams in his 3rd year out of Arizona. Re-signed to a 2-way in July. Kyle Kuzma for it up.
APJ to Kuz again. And just timing with that pass. His feet are in rhythm. Kuz is getting right to that 3-point line. Great dime.
And Dallas is just getting one look at it on these possessions. Part of a 16-3 Bucks run. Dame hasn't missed a 3-point shot. Tallying 14 points here so far. That's a 2-pointer.
It's all really a bad thing. Where guys are tired, they're banged up, they're not in rhythm. And there's other nights they come out and you go, I'm not sure if they did shoot around, if they watched film, what they ate, but they can't do anything wrong. They're just, it just seems like that tonight.
Do it again, whatever you did.
That's right.
Dallas dressing just 8 players here tonight. Christie Porter Jr. hesitating, but he loses it. 4 turnovers now for the Bucks. This is Williams driving.
He's doing a lot of good. You value what I've learned, the way the guys have treated me, what this team means, how they're going about things, and I think they're jumping in that current that you realize, don't make a mistake worse. Get that tech.
Kuzma.
Big-time defense. Got AJ putting his chest on him. Sims coming to help out. Kuz when he comes back, and the 13, 14 points for him because they're going to be better off for it. Bobby's working his tail off. He's going to be back, but Kuz is playing.
Our Marquette guy.
Omax.
Torian Prince. Yeah, tonight is the 8th game. Bobby Portis is missing, serving a 25-game league suspension for a banned substance. And the Bucks have found a way without BP here so far.
To do his play, but can't wait.
They've combined for 28 of the 41 points here in the first quarter. And the final few seconds in the hands of Kevin Porter Jr., who will drive, gives it up to Kuz, pump fake, leans into it.
sound earmuffs on?
I just bought a pair of those baby earphones, whatever they're called. Brandon Williams. You were just talking in the break about Brandon Williams.
Yeah, he's not being shy so far. I think that's exactly what you get. Guys get an opportunity, and yeah, it's going to be.
And a huge dose of those. Wow, this is bread and butter.
Well, you know, the scoring you just showed, that is hard to keep up with. It was a good offensive quarter for Dallas, and they find themselves down pretty big because of the offense. But like you said, what a pass by KPJ to Sims.
But Kuz doing first quarter with Dame and Giannis on the bench.
Yeah, and I think there's a great connect, you know, between Kevin Porter Jr. and Kuz. That little elbow jump up there, though.
This group really taking some pride, you know, when there is a situation with Giannis and Dame sitting on the bench. Whoever's on the court seems to not lose its footing here in the game without their two superstars. Max Christie between the legs is short. Kuz brings it across. Next dead ball, though, Giannis will enter into this game. A little bit of a zone look, it looked like, for Dallas on that defensive possession. Leads to a transition.
Yeah, off and run. I think you can see Kuz just looking for that crease right there. Thought he had an opportunity to just force it and get to the middle, probably kick that thing out, but good hands by Dallas.
Williams again. Creating the turnover, he'll take it himself.
Who knew when there's 8 guys that were dressed tonight that was going to change? He was going to get some opportunities, and you got to think shoot around. He was thinking, all right, to get these shots, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to show Jay Kidd and Dallas exactly who I am and that I deserve a little bit more. And with these injuries, he may need to.
In that fourth quarter last night. Over his 15 coming in the fourth. Max Christie giving it up. Touching the paint, back to Williams, and Christie getting comfy cozy from three.
Loud plays, knocking down tough threes, and you look up, it's just a 6-point game.
It's his 10-point career mark. So 10 off of that. Marshall, corner look. KPJ chases it down. Surveys his options, driving with his right hand.
To the bit loose. Does a great job coming back, getting defensive rebounds, and then keeps the ball, pushes it himself. It just allows for such a better break. The ball's already in the point guard's hands, and he's finishing or distributing. He's done both.
Steve, remember we were saying he could put up some stats real quickly? How about 6 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists in 8 minutes? Kevin Klein here so far.
Yeah, Giannis not happy about that one too. Looked like Powell or Najee Marshall. One of those guys clocked him. No call.
For Thompson. He's already put up 11 shots, Klay Thompson. Giannis lowering his head. That mid-range jumper.
I want to give up, and if they make those shots, it's on me. The coach says that, and I feel like every time Giannis makes that, you're going looking over, going, I was telling him to go to the basket. He's changed it up on me.
Called Giannis unstoppable last Saturday when he was asked about what do you factor in when Giannis now has been able to consistently hit that mid-range, and now he's got the step back a little bit short. And just the second miss from the field though for Giannis as Giannis taps it away.
Teams, you know, some teams when they put those guys in, you go, all right, they're going to lull a little bit. They're not going to be able to maintain their lead or keep making shots or increase the lead, and you just don't feel that with any of these Bucks lineups. A lot of shooters, and good job by Doc to keep mixing it up.
You heard Melanie's report about the bench getting full last night in Atlanta, shooting almost 60% the bench did. All kinds of depth here for this team. Giannis gives it up. Porter Jr., KPJ, over to AJ. Red hot, the Bucks are 3.
Just enjoying watching those KPJ assists.
Milwaukee Bucks Foundation does. And the goal here is to focus on our biggest priority, health and wellness. That's wonderful. And again, it's bucks.com/soiree. That's where you can get your tickets and find out more information. Thank you so much, Marla. Really appreciate you. Lisa.
I love it, and for so many reasons, but also in watching that video, you get to see the assistant coaches in suits again. You don't get to see them anymore on the sideline.
Only the track you. It's like when Giannis shoots free throws.
As long as he wears a suit, keeps that up, then those percentages will continue to.
Nothing we can do. He's locked in. He's been making them. We've been talking about him every game, and he had said the 11 for 13 game. Was that against Dallas? Shooting so well, and just seeing it continue. You could just tell when Giannis has those big games where he does. He obviously shoots a lot, so he has games where it's high volume, and he has them where he goes 17 for 19 or 16 for 18, and he shows cat's out of the bag. We know you're a maker.
I got the box score right here as Giannis hits the deck. He was 11 of 13.
Distributing, and so that's why I think part of it is you see his scoring down. But, you know, to your point, the free throw percentage and the assists, the defenses are loading up on him, and he's just making the right play. And well, you saw it just last night against Atlanta. 4 assists in the first quarter, and then the defense had to adjust. And, well, Giannis ended up with a triple-double. So right now, the assists, you just think about what those...
Two of them have accounted for attempts here so far.
That's why when you got Dame shooting the free throws the way he has his whole career, up above 90%, when you get Giannis on board the way he has as of late, it's a nightmare for teams to figure out these guys.
Giannis brings it down with one hand. He's got 16 points. Dame has 19 in the first half. Uses a screen from Giannis, and Dame in his first three-point miss of the night.
He makes this. He might not.
Might just force him to wear a patch or something, shooting one eye. AJ Green, not. Largest lead has been 15. 59 to 44. Dinwiddie spinning off.
Told you he's one of the greatest ever, but 19th in NBA history. It really is awesome.
Larry Nance. Pete Nance has something to say. One of the newest additions.
Yep, trying to get his ankle back healthy.
Giannis left
out so they can put this Mavs team away, knowing back-to-backs is never an easy thing to do.
Not there for Omax. Back lane at 5-serve form. Dame leans in. Can't get.
I think we could have said, I don't think he
lay. The number one.
Bucks on a 9-0 run. They've had some big runs already here in the first half. And the Mavs no field goals and almost a 5-minute field goal drought. See if Max Christie can end that. In and out.
JPJ did not get the steal on that last one, but I really love his anticipation because he got a big steal last night.
Ooh, Dame thought about it. I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger. Here's Giannis against Prosper. Giannis just pushing him out of the way. We did not have things like this in the Big East.
Things like this, I mean, one of the most dominant interior forces ever seen on a basketball court.
Here's Dame bringing it across, feeding Giannis. The catch, the finish, the 20,000.
Williams was just thinking the same thing. He was like, oh, Max, come help me now down here. I'm a point guard.
3 of those, 15 points in the game. Giannis thinking about it, pulls up mid-range. One of his first mid-range misses here tonight. The block. He keeps climbing the all-time charts. AJ Green. Damian Lillard above the break.
He's out there, put Giannis in the middle. You got Brook Lopez on the back line, blocking shots. Not really sure how you beat that.
Max again. It's the 2-minute warning mark here for the first half. Kevin Porter Jr. Three-pointer in and out. Rebound can't get it in Marshall's hands instead. Gonna give that shot to Marshall. Largest lead has been 21 here for the Bucks. 17-point advantage here right now. Here comes a Giannis Dame 2-man game. Work it around to the second side. Here's AJ Green, pump fake. Back to Brook Lopez. Damian Lillard driving, takes the contact, looks it off to...
Boy, what patience on that possession, too, to just keep moving it. Boy, I look like...
Mouse.
Yeah, these are the kind of games that, to be honest, a guy in his position, played 17 minutes last game, and like you said, has been inconsistent with his minutes and his shooting. And there goes that.
The reverse. And Damian Lillard, a huge first half, 26 points that he's put up. 5 of 6 from
body language and just the energy, the difference in what these two teams are kind of going through right now. There's one on a winning streak. There's one, we talked about quite a bit what they're going through as far as injuries and just the feeling around the franchise right now. And so these guys come out here trying to make the right plays, but sometimes it's just not your week, your month. It should not be the Mavs month.
Well undermanned. of it for various reasons.
When you're winning, when you're respected enough not to mess with it, you got to come out here and go against a team that's depleted like the Mavs are. You got to worry about you. You got to worry about continuing to get better, and I think we're seeing that in this first half with these 72 points and a lot of really good individual performances so far.
Final few seconds of the first half. Giannis clears out his runway, looking for it, gives it up to A.J. Green. Catch and shoot from the corner. Final few seconds. His other guy, Giannis, might get the 20,000 career points.
Yeah,
Big night.
Keep an eye on that. We know what happened in the first possession of the game. Max Christie missed Giannis with a little pull-up. We'll see if he can match it in the second half and get the record over with.
Giannis pulls up for mid-range, short. Max Christie. Over to Dinwiddie. Running down the shot clock here. The Mavs on this possession. Driving against Giannis. Lays it up. Lopez. Giannis to Dame. Dame drives. Steps it back left side.
Just bringing the ball down in transition. Taking a little body from Max Christie and fading away first possession that he has the ball in his hands. Is just supposed to happen, but he can fill it up.
Get 28 game. Giannis with yet another rebound. He's already got a double-double. 11 rebounds to go with his 20 points. Torian Prince, corner shot. Corner.
The first half was about the offense. Look, they were up by 19 points at half, but the way they were making shots was what was allowing the defense to be so good, getting back, getting set every single time, and so good to see the offense still have.
Dropping it off. Thompson gets that look.
Yeah, I think Klay, especially at this point in his career, he knows when his feet are set, he gets that catch. If he's not shooting it, especially considering they only got 8 healthy bodies tonight, he's hurting his team. So he knows catch and shoot. Najee Marshall was dropping, like you said, a quick dime.
Giannis surveying his options. Handoff to Dame. 4 seconds to shoot. Giannis driving, lays it in. Another milestone in the Hall of Fame career of the Greek Freak.
Add it to the list. All right, he's got all the Bucks records, 20K, not bad. More work to do, but boy, this game, he's made it look easy from start of the game, knocking the mid-rangers down, making the free throws, and quick little take with the left hand.
52nd player in NBA history to reach that in his career.
More where that came from.
Also the first to get to 50,000 career points. That's combined regular season playoff.
Yeah, just to be clear, right? Giannis 20,000 regular season points for LeBron. The 50,000 was playoffs and regular season, which is more. It's pretty remarkable.
I'm the person who thinks that everything that you score in your career.
You score more points than someone who didn't. Well, I think that should probably matter, and so 50,000 points for LeBron. I think he got on his first shot, a three-pointer, an assist from Luka. That's an assist from that. Quite the story to watch. The LeBron and Luka partnership, obviously. I know it's a little bit of salt in the wound because it's a game against the Dallas Mavericks tonight. The success that they're having. Luka with a 30-point, 15-assist game last night.
Here's Christie. Thompson with the rebound. Here's Marshall. Bucks just pouring it on already. Have poured in 85 points here in this game. 71 points they had in the first half against the Mavs last Saturday. 72 here tonight. Point shot or something.
Make it really special.
That's right. An unconventional way to get to 20,000.
Instead, he just scored so many points so fast after 20,000 with another one right here that he's already at, what, 20,000?
It feels like he's got another 20,000 points the way he's going in this quarter. 24 years old, 3rd year in the league. He's another guy that will get more playing time. Kyrie Irving again, just in the last game. Tore his ACL, out for the season. Dame from distance.
I want to be an NBA player. I think I can be an NBA. People are listening going, yeah, I'm sure everybody does. Kid. And now he's got 20,000 points, one of 50 to do it. And look, those are the kind of things that happen on a journey to greatness. And we are privileged to get to watch this guy every single night.
Takes the contact, gets his own miss, lays it in. 29 30-point this season. Remember, he had that stretch of 5 straight 30-point games before he got hurt. Giannis fielding that double team and feeding 8. Might have a big second half.
Well, just knowing that he might get inserted like he has, into this second half earlier. Second game of a back-to-back, another back-to-back coming up. AJ's a guy that he can play some minutes. He can shoot that thing in a good spot. He's going to get some good looks because really do give you perspective when you go like, what are we watching? What's going on here in Milwaukee right now? What is this era like? And you go, oh, Jordan era, Wilt Chamberlain era, those guys. You think back, I should have bought a ticket, make everything, but sometimes those kind of lists, I think they are important to make you realize, like, you better buy a ticket. This guy is the show, and he's historic.
Edwards gets... Klay Thompson leading the way for the Mavs with 29 points, but Edwards got quick 4 points here in this quarter. Dame to match Giannis's 32.
The way he hit the extension on that. I was able to take that bump from Omax. Longer, bigger wing should be able to block that, but just takes that bump and always gets to the glass. Look at the defense.
Dame steps in the passing.
So we did recognize that, but just such a special player.
Of a back-to-back, especially when you got another back-to-back on the horizon.
Cleveland, and I think to your point, just knowing that those guys have put their work and they got this game in a good spot. Great opportunity for some of the other guys on this Bucks team to get some minutes and keep proving.
Get some time here tonight. The chances are pretty good. Bucks already at the century mark if they can keep the Marshall with the miss. Kuzma with his 4th rebound, finding Sims, who finds Dame in the corner. You just feel like he could pull the trigger at any point. He's got Omax on him now. Omax has got a mouthful of defensive duties against Giannis, and now against Dame. Steps it back in and out.
That's the loudest I've heard this crowd get tonight. They've had this game in a good spot the whole time, but Dave just put on an exhibition, getting the space, but couldn't get it to go.
Dinwiddie steps and turns over. Hits the 3 with 9 on the injury report and 8 dressed players. Well undermanned roster.
Yeah, to your point, it is.
Yeah, and then you might see a little Northwestern inspiration,
bringing the college days.
Women's empowerment inspiration. If you play your cards right, Steve, I might know someone. I might be able to get you a hat. Because I know you won't be one of the first 10,000 to get here.
Come on, Lisa. I'm in the office prepping, getting ready for these games. Don't hold it against me, but I am going to want some of the hats. So take a few extra thinking here on the back. Did you get to pick the clasp? Or did you pick the Velcro? What did you?
Picked everything.
Okay, all right.
Picked everything. The material, the backing.
But it's going to be awesome. I do. Jose Alvarado style. He just kind of hides in the corner.
Yeah.
He sneaks up on the inbounds passer, tries to
see
it.
that.
And it actually works somehow at this level still.
Dinwiddie, bounce back finish. And Bucks got to be careful not to have that little bit of a lull here in the final few minutes of the 3rd quarter. Largest lead has been 33. AJ pulls the trigger out.
Shoot that thing, and look, he had some shots against Atlanta. His first 2 wide open in the corners, shots he makes every time, but there's always those shots where, right there by Sims, where you just want him back, and I feel like he's getting some of those misses back tonight.
Goes to TP. It's up for Torian to find his rhythm here tonight. 60 seconds to play here in the 3rd. Marshall. Bucks have outscored Dallas in this quarter, 31-24. KPJ fires from 3.
Missing that one, but like you said, 31 points again in this quarter, and the offense has just been on full display. Nice defense right there by Kuz.
Yeah, offensive foul.
The next day, and he was moving good. Really testing it, he was popping, went from doubtful to questionable to playing, which was great to see him. Out here playing big minutes again, so he's got to be feeling good. Game where the defense goes, look, this game is a little bit out of reach. We're trying to guard all these guys. Can't keep track of all of them. that guy just keeps on moving without the ball. He's hard to keep up with, so it's nice to see when he gets that space, he's knocking them down.
12 points. AJ automatic, Derry Bird, whatever you want to call. Before they've gotten to 35 points. Never before they've gotten to 40 each in the same game. Will this beat continue?
Yeah, but just on full display why they are the highest scoring duo in the NBA. Combining for 66 points right there. It's just beautiful. They average of 56 points combined, but I love hearing Giannis talk about someone had said, oh, the two-man game and your guys' cohesion and chemistry, is it happening? Is it coming together? Okay, I don't follow it too close, but are we the highest scoring duo? And they said, yeah. They said, so why are people saying? What are people asking? What do they want us to point?
That's right. We do it better than anyone in the league.
That's right.
KPJ all the way.
About that though, but just
3 seasons.
It's really cool to see in 20 minutes he's got a 10-10-10 game, and really to pay off what he's been doing. And I think back to Minnesota when he had 7 points in that fourth quarter. You thought, boy, this is a nice bump. This is really good energy that he's bringing and doing good things. That was a big road win. Look at the passing out here right now.
Eric's feathery finish.
But really, since that Minnesota game where he showed what he could do in the fourth quarter with Doc giving him an opportunity to guard Anthony Edwards and run the team and did a great job, he's just continued to follow through and do that game. 20 minutes. That's big time.
He's a guy that like barely breaks a sweat too. When you look at him, Kuz, the lob broken up. Look at KPJ once again making things happen. And Sims with the
following things up, running that pick and roll action, rolling to the rim hard, looking for lobs, being exactly, I think, a guy who understands exactly who he is.
First steal of the night for KPJ.
Keeping the pressure. Always talk about those paint touches, but boy, you get out in transition, you get a, and that one had an easy one, just lost it. Keep getting a little touch in that green right there. Everything else opens up, and the defense just having trouble keeping up.
Kevin Porter Jr. not there. The only thing that KPJ hasn't
for the city of Milwaukee, bringing a championship. And I think, you know, what sometimes goes unnoticed is that he plays hard no matter what.
I love the comments at the end. It's done for this city. I mean, he has created this global awareness of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know, you can travel internationally, and people are wearing Milwaukee Bucks jerseys wherever you go.
Yeah, you better believe it, and deservedly so. The way that Giannis plays and the way Jason described, and I think he's right. It is sometimes taken for granted because if you're a Bucks fan, sometimes maybe you're not keeping a pulse on other team stars and kind of what they have going on. But Giannis is so unique in that he's out there every single night. He is playing so hard and just setting the tone for the entire franchise. And look, every guy on his team benefits from that. So it is something that makes him so special.
We're going to get to see some of the guys who normally get some playing time. Players, so we'll continue to see the same 8 here tonight. Tyler Smith getting set to check in. See Ajax in there. Chris Livingston with his first minutes. AJ Green hunting down.
He gets those feet set. We saw Dame in the first quarter hit middle. Step back, fade away. AJ, he is a shot maker himself, and he's getting the space. He's got to love that little pop. He's got that extra 1-2 to get the separation, and then go. That's pretty far away to be stepping back like that, but he gets him to go.
Thompson air ball on the baseline attempt. Max Christie's got to put it up. There were 2 seconds on the shot clock. Ajax, a three-pointer. Williams for 2. He's a driver, you can tell.
Got down there, you can see Clay running the corner, looking at him, but just couldn't get there quick enough. It's not going to finish.
About the fact that he shot 15 times here in this game. Brandon Williams.
8 guys dressed. It will make some guys shoot it. You can tell he's just not been shy. I think he had 5 attempts before he even checked in.
Edwards. That's his first of the night, 9th of the season.
I do think this is what it looks like when you are a really good team. So these are the positions you want to put yourself in, is to not have to play crazy minutes last night. Giannis didn't have to play crazy minutes. Age. That didn't fly, but allowing these guys to get some reps, all the work they put in sometimes, and paying it off, getting these guys some minutes, and the bigger minute guys saving some of that energy, able to keep getting wins, and sometimes that's the carryover. Now you got another back-to-back coming up. These guys will be fresh. Everybody's in rhythm. These bench guys, they're going to be in rhythm as well.
During the season high for points, 135. Okay.
Top of the backboard. I think it's probably about right.
Backdoor cut there for top. KPJ, by the way, we talked about getting that triple-double in 20 minutes. BJ Cronus, our statistician, wanted to clarify. It was actually in 19 minutes, 45 seconds.
Which definitely matters, because when you're doing it that quickly, it can be some kind of record.
Could be. Oh.
Lisa and Steve.
Yep, it's a big one. Orlando on Saturday and the Cleveland Cavaliers on Sunday. So there's that tight game, the first meeting here on this floor against the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell had to hit the go-ahead in the game. And Jamari Bouye, the latest pickup, a two-way player. Ryan Rollins, you hadn't heard, his contract converted from a two-way to a standard contract, left open a spot for another two-way. He'll wear number 15. He's out there for the first time as a Milwaukee Buck. Partially blocked by Lude, who's got the ball right now. Ajax try to no-look it to Smith. And Christie is 35 minutes and counting here tonight. It's a two-pointer.
But this is what it should look like, getting these guys some opportunities. And, you know, Bouye, it's nice not having to wait very long. Look at the explosion.
As a Milwaukee Buck, Jamari Bouye. His 20th NBA game in his career. He has signed a couple of 10 days, I know, with Miami. He had a 10-day with Washington. Spent most of his jump hook. Bouye with the ball right now, played 5 years in San Francisco. I mean, that's like unheard of, to play 5 years at the same school.
Yeah, the transfer portal has pretty much done away with that. To the high, it keeps changing. The NIL landscape, and some new stuff coming out next year with that too. It's good to see him able to knock one down. He had really been struggling shooting the ball, but late minutes, sometimes some open shots.
They can't get it. Bucks have put up 131. Again, the season high is 135.
Yeah, we've talked quite a bit about that 120 number, and they were to it quickly. They had 100 in the third quarter, and so you knew they were well on their way. Ajax.
The Bucks now move to 23-1 this season when scoring at least 120 points. I'm going to give them the win with 90 seconds to go.
I feel like that is safe. This team really, you know, the way they've won games as of late really has been in so many different ways. Just take right there by age finish, but defensively, it's been one of the best teams post All-Star, and they've shown that. And then offensively, I think on full display tonight, obviously gets a team. Dallas on full display though, the offense with Giannis and Dame going, other guys getting involved too, continuing to
have gelled, and he's right, but somehow trade post All-Star break have elevated that level of professionalism and execution to a different level.
Yeah, and I think the statistics obviously show that, right? You look at the defensive numbers, there's how many different guys, but to your point, it really all happens. Look at 8. Good time out there. He's still got that wrist tape from when he banged it up a while back, but But I think, you know, it's just so spot on. You cannot be a great team, especially at this point in the year, and beat good teams. And beating some of those good teams like the Denvers and beating the Clippers just on the other side of the All-Star break. Bouye with the steal right there. And so great job by the leaders of this group and by the front office to bring in some additions that have helped. And just a huge credit to this group for the run that they are on. This is when it matters. They're getting it done.
A season high in points here tonight. A milestone for Giannis Antetokounmpo, 20,000.